Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league. It's week 2 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Saints and the Cowboys, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the heart of Texas and the spectacular AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the buildup is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All off-season, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17. That's not the case. It is different, Mike. You have all training camp, all summer, all
the veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Cowboys coming out. As usual, it's Dak Prescott leading the way. Led the NFL in touchdown passes, Greg, a season ago. Already his 9th year at the helm for the Cowboys.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning. So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Second down, Prescott. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. A huge play for Dallas. 36 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Off-balance throw, it's complete. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now, man, back for his second go-around with the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From out of the gun, it's a run with Elliott. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will not be quite able to stretch the ball out. They're going to mark him down after that huge run all the way to the 1. This has been a solid opening drive. Knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Play fake. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Saints have got it. Those are the places on the field where the defense wants to come up with the big plays, and that was one. Down deep, get to the quarterback, knock it out, and come up with the recovery.
Mike, this is one of those times where I think for a quarterback, they get caught in between. Do I want to be a runner and take it in myself? Do I have time to let my wide receivers develop in the end zone? I think he holds on to it just a little too long. The defense pokes it free and creates a huge turnover.
The Saints coming out, and the veteran leads them. It's their quarterback, Derek Carr, 9 years with the Raiders, now year 2 with the Saints. Greg, for a man who's now 33 years old.
He's coming off one of those games, Mike, where he just wasn't good enough. I mean, he wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. He was good at times. He just wasn't good enough times. And I think when you're playing the quarterback position and all of the focus is on you, your play has such a direct correlation between wins and losses that when you don't play your best, the magnifying glass is on you. So he needs to bounce back this week. He needs to be more productive in the passing game, generate more big plays, and then eliminate the turnovers. He cannot continue to throw the ball to the other team.
Carr working out of the gun. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. And it's fourth down, so here comes Riley Dixon to punt. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Play action now. Prescott. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Room to maneuver at the 35. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Now a 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Open man, left side. He's got it. A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Cowboys.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Dak. He's going to run it. He is in. Dak Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
So 7-0 the score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. This fielded at about the 9. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense ready for their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start out with Kamara. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Kamara. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. They'll try and run for this with Kamara. And he is going to have the Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll get about 5. Here's Carr throwing from the pistol. Catch made right side. It's Johnson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Carr now. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, it's Carr. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Back is Carr. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
Parsons making his presence felt, and it's no secret. I mean, Mike, he's become one of the top overall defenders in the entire league. He's had at least 13 sacks each of the previous 3 seasons, and if he continues to play at that level, there's a good chance he's going to try to make it 4 by the end of this year.
Now, 2nd down throw from Carr. Open man is Johnson. He's got him. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Carr. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This a 46-yard attempt. McManus's kick is good. And the Saints are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. First down, Prescott. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. Second down and 8. On the play fake, Dak. That's down the field for Lamb.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
To return, it's Shaheed. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. The Saints offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Shaheed in motion. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big game.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So after one, 7-3 is our score. We're back to Arlington in a moment. On 2nd down, here's a run with Kamara. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Here now, 3rd and 5. Here's Carr. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Cowboys offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The next drive about to start. We'll remind you what's coming up here in week 2. A couple of good ones to look forward to. 2 good young quarterbacks going at it later tonight in Houston. The Bears and Texans at NRG Stadium. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, as the new-look Falcons head to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Kickoff there, 8:15 Eastern Time. We'll toss here to Zeke. He'll manage only a couple. Willie Gay with the stop. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw is Carr. And it's a reception for Taysom Hill. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. Here's 1st and 10. Now, Carr. Open man down the field. It's Olave. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
Nice catch there by Chris Olave, and I think it's been really cool to see a player turn into exactly what they thought they were getting when he was drafted in the first round back in 22. I mean, he's eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark each of the last 2 seasons. He is that big play weapon on the outside for Derek Carr, and as this Saints offense goes in a new direction this year, he's going to be a big part of it.
That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard. Now a give running left with Kamara. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. Throwing is Carr. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. Now they are in business, inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Carr working out of the gun. Shaheed with the catch. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the ground, it is Jamal Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now Carr. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's in. Cedric Wilson. Touchdown Saints. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Saints are on top. It's now 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Short kick taken just inside the 20. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Again, here's Zeke. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line. 3rd down, 3 to go. Prescott. Now a screen set up for Elliott. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Zeke. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Pistol now for Prescott. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And he'll be taken down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And After that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So the big play gets him down close, and now it's 1st and goal. Let the fullback try to power it home. A dive, and he's in! Touchdown, Dallas. They're out there to block most of the time, but Greg, great reward for the fullback to carry it in for the touchdown.
Not every team in the league even carries a fullback, but man, if you have one on your roster, Mike, not many better places to use him than down here on the goal line.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Saints offense and Derek Carr set to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Carr to throw. That one caught by Wilson. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Carr now to throw on 1st down. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Kamara.
That's a heck of a stop by this defense early in this game, Mike, and it sets up a decision for the offense. You might be a little too far away to attempt a realistic field goal, but you might be a little too close to get anything out of the punt unit. I think I'm keeping the offense on. I'm trying to extend this drive, and I'm being aggressive here early.
And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Prescott. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Right back to Cooks. He's got another one. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Again, Prescott to the air. That's complete to Elliott. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. In motion, Lamb. To the air again. Prescott, and he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. 3rd down and 9. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That one downfield for Cooks. He's got it! What a connection! He's down inside the 5-yard line.
And after that explosive play, they have a chance to extend their lead even more, and they have had their way. The defense has had no answers for anything they've done in the passing game, and they don't find out a way to slow them down. It could be in for a long game.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. Prescott now. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Dak Prescott, touchdown Cowboys. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st and 10, Carr. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10, it's 1st and goal. A huge play just before the half. 41 yards.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest.
And he'll take it on in. Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. McManus on for the point after. The kick is good. The Saints are back within 4. It's 21-17. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Short kick taken at the 17. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and veteran Ezekiel Elliott making their way back out. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Now he takes off. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. First and 10. Now Prescott. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And the lead holds steady at 4.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
First down throw for Carr. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson. And he's into the end zone yet again. Cedric Wilson. Touchdown, Saints. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
And what a swing in momentum here as you go into the half. Here you are offensively. Not only are you losing, but you really just have a desperation, no time on the clock. Let's see if we can steal some points. And you convert. Tell you what, that locker room looks a lot different now than it did a few minutes ago.
The kick is good, so add one more, and it will take a first-half lead into the locker room.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We start up at Ford Field. Detroit playing host to Tampa Bay. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown reception. From there, let's hop over to New England. Check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And at the half, they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. The Pats locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. DJ Chark, a touchdown reception. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. This is fielded inside the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. So they come to the line for first down and 10. A give up the middle with Kamara. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. A run here with Kamara. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Carr working out of the gun. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and veteran Brandon Cooks getting set for this next possession. They'll begin with first and 10. On play action, here's Dak. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Straight ahead, it's Elliott. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
I think what stands out here, Mike, is there's a lot of guys in the league with the ball in their hands. They have great straight line speed. But it's the footwork. It's the ability to make you miss. That's what stands out about this guy, and you can see here on the big game.
Pass brought in by Ferguson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now Prescott. This pass right side taken in by Cooks.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline,
and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas.
And here's a great example, Mike, of how experience and having some veteran players at these key spots, they can work so well together. The whole idea is you need to see the game through the eyes of the quarterback, and I think that's what the receiver did such a nice job in. He was on time, he was accurate, and you never fool your quarterback. When you have 2 guys like this that are operating on the same page, you can see the result.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Cowboys have taken a 4-point advantage. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. On the give, this is Kamara. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Play action now. It's Carr. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. He'll get this out to his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That is caught. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. To throw is Prescott. It is brought in the end zone. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Cowboys.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. From the shotgun, it's caught. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Carr to throw. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. The Saints lining up in punt formation as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. 1st down, Prescott. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Quick throw here is complete. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Prescott again. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The Saints offense ready to come back out for this next possession, and they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to give him some breathing room past the 15-yard line.
Nice pickup there by Alvin Kamara. And when you think about his career, Mike, the fact that for 7 straight years he's over 1,100 yards from scrimmage, that's the consistency. That's the ability to impact the game both as a runner and as a receiver. That really makes him stand out from a lot of the other running backs in the league.
And they're not going to catch up to him. He will score. 84 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field. And after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Now Carr. That is incomplete. And the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful.
Anytime you fail on a 2-point try, there's always going to be second guessing about whether that was the right play call. In this case, they decided to throw the ball, which I like. They just need better execution, and they end up coming up a little short.
This just makes it to the landing zone. It's taken at the 18. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run, and it's Elliott. And he'll manage only the 34-yard line. He's brought down after a short gain. 2nd down and 8. Prescott. This will be intercepted by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Saints offense and receiver Rashid Shaheed set for their next drive. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. And he's in. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown. And, Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown. Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Short kick taken just inside the 20. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. You'll start this on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
They'll stick with Elliott. Whoa! And he's pushing tacklers away as he takes it forward for a gain of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going. The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. On 1st down, they'll start out with Kamara. Not much there, maybe a yard. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. Carr now. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a 2-possession ball game here in the 4th quarter. Massive 3rd down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So first the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Now he'll air one out. That's caught! And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
All right, so the Cowboys set to go for two. Dak to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. They tried for two, and it does not pan out.
Mike, there's not a lot of ways to break this play down other than saying you get the wide open target, you have the play you want, you're aggressive going for two, you just got to catch the ball.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Saints offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. He'll throw it left and has his running back. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Off the play fake. Here's Carr. Throw left side. That's Johnson. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Here's Carr. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. 2nd down. Carr. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
On 1st and 10, Carr. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Carr working out of the gun. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Throwing is Carr. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. The Saints will punt this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. Oh, not a good punt there. This is a duck. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. Throwing is Prescott. This pass right side taken in by Cooks. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll come up here. First and 10. On the ground, it's Elliott. Not much happening there, just a short gain. On second down, it's Dak. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Bold decision there by this quarterback to attack a guy who's already made you pay for challenging him earlier today. He trusted his guy to not only win, but to defeat man coverage, and I think he got away with one there.
And that is incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away. They only need a yard, and it's fourth down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. Play fake. Prescott. He's going to run it.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
There's that man again. Another catch. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. To throw is Dak. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Carr now on 2nd down. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. From the shotgun, it's Carr. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Carr throwing from the pistol. This throw right side is caught by Hill. They get 14 on that hookup. It's good for a Saints 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Here's a toss to the right for Kamara. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Back is Carr. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield. So it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down. To throw, it's Carr. He'll look underneath here and find Kamara. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Here in the fourth quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the fourth quarter.
Slot man in motion right. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Big play coming up. This is third down. Carr. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
So here comes Brandon McManus in a pressure situation. This to get back within a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they inch a bit closer here in this fourth quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. The Cowboys offense make their way out to take over once more. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And some good blocking, springing up. A gain of 9 as we get to third down. Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Punt team out, ready to send this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. And now, more problems. After the safety, the free kick goes out of bounds. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Hand off here to Zeke. And he'll get this up close to a first down as the tackle is made right at the midfield stripe. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll drop to throw. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down. On the give, it's Elliott. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Again, here's Zeke. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate, Abe, no challenge flags in the last 2 minutes from the sideline. All second looks will come from replay. And I think the referee's been buzzed here to get another look at this call, and it is a big one. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They'll run Zeke up the middle, and he will have a Cowboys first down. His defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain on 3rd and 2. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the Cowboys. They get the job done here at home, and they follow the opening weekend victory with another here to move to 2-0 on the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we say so long from Arlington.